Bitcoin, as I say, is the magic mirror that exposes you to yourself. If you are not really that great character, Bitcoin will make you worse. And if you're basically a good character, Bitcoin will make you a better person. And Andreas Antonopoulos was a guy who was already a very soulful guy who had other people's interests at heart, and he became a great educator and was a great guy for an orange-pilled many people. Michael Saylor, similarly, Bitcoin took a very successful businessman and made him really an educator and a leader, and he's become a phenomenal success. Bitcoin has boosted what was already there. If you're Craig Wright, you're already cracked to begin with, and you're now going to prison. If you're a Do Kwon, you're already a crook from the moment you came out of your mother's womb. Now you're going to prison, right? So it reflects who you are, it accelerates who you are, and this is the thing about Bitcoin we all need to understand, is that the day of reckoning is coming, and you need to be right with Satoshi. Otherwise, you're going to get crushed by Satoshi.
Max Keiser, a prominent Bitcoin advocate, has issued a stark warning about the growing significance of Bitcoin in the global financial landscape. He argues that, much like the invention of gunpowder, Bitcoin represents a transformative technology that individuals and nations must adopt to avoid falling behind. Keiser suggests that those who fail to embrace Bitcoin could face serious consequences in the evolving financial order. He also praises Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s proposal to include Bitcoin on the US balance sheet, viewing it as a forward-thinking strategy. According to Keiser, leaders who ignore this shift will find themselves at a disadvantage in what he terms the Bitcoin World War. Make sure to watch this next clip, where Max Keiser reveals some eye-opening insights into the adoption of Bitcoin. Also, if you enjoy listening to crypto-related content, please show your support by liking and subscribing to this channel by following the link in my bio. And get access to my free daily crypto updates and expert predictions direct to your inbox. Each newsletter contains market intelligence, on-chain data and latest updates from experts in the crypto space. All of this is available completely free of charge. Signing up only takes a moment, and you can always change your mind later on. Now back over to Max Keiser and his outlook for Bitcoin.
Donald Trump was making a speech about America, and the contrast to RFK is that RFK said, we're going to put Bitcoin on our balance sheet. That's great, because that's what you need to do in World War Bitcoin. If you don't have Bitcoin, you're going to get beaten by Bitcoin. Just like when gunpowder came around, if you didn't have gunpowder, you were taken over by those forces that did have gunpowder. And this is what I think is underestimated by most people, is the importance of Bitcoin in this current environment where fiat money is going to be evaporated completely and go to nothing. Gold's being demonetized. Society is crumbling. The nation state model is crumbling. The central banks are crumbling. And Bitcoin is your ticket to sanity. I'll finish with one last thing, which is that I started tweeting recently about my journey in Alcoholics Anonymous. So in 1988, I started in AA, so I'm celebrating 36 years. The 30th of July, as a matter of fact, so coming up in 3 days, it'll be 36 years. So in AA, you come with an alcohol addiction, but to stay sober is a spiritual journey. And similarly with Bitcoin, you come for number go up, but it's really it becomes a spiritual journey, in my opinion, the way I see it, and I've seen it now longer than most.
Yeah.
Right? And I've seen a lot of things come and go, and I've experienced many things in the Bitcoin world, and I really see it overlapping the alcoholics, my journey in recovery in Alcoholics Anonymous as well. So again, getting back to authenticity, sobriety allowed me to be more of my authentic self. Bitcoin does the same thing. I feel alive, and I can always feel more alive. I'm talking to you, I'm talking to people out here. I like meeting people and hearing what they're up to, because that energizes me, because nothing's more interesting than other human beings. The key word there is exponential, right? The network effect and the doubling effect that happens every year or every however many months, like Moore's law or something, Bitcoin's doubling effect, the network effect. And we saw with the internet. So the internet in the 90s was bouncing around, and we got to like 300 million users. And then around 1997, I believe, Netscape went public. And that was the moment that suddenly went up to 2 billion users. Okay, and with the network effect doubled, and doubled again. So you went 300 million, 600 million, 1.2 billion. Boom, boom, boom. 4 billion, 5 billion. So that's I think we're at that Netscape moment in 2024.
Feels like that.
So I think a year from now, we're going to have triple the users. We'll have Bitcoin at 300, 400,000 a coin. We'll have people are pulled into it. It's like a black hole, if you will. All value, everything goes to zero against Bitcoin in terms of purchasing power.
Yeah.
So that means not only fiat money, but stocks, bonds, commercial real estate, fine art, gold. Gold gets demonetized. I mean,
Yes.
Trump did mention gold, and silver.
Yeah.
And that's a target that you're going for. And the number go up component of Bitcoin is very compelling because people are inherently, greedy might be too strong a word, but I think it's like I've said before, Bitcoin is sent by God for humans to unfuck their money. So the greed portion of our character as human beings is a little over tweaked. It served a purpose, maybe more utilitarian in our previous hunter-gatherer existence. But when you can print money and then buy institutions and buy media and things, okay, now you see what's happened to the culture and society. It's become extremely decadent, and it's collapsing in many ways. So, God is like, I added too much greed in that planet there in universe 12B/9 in the multiverse of God. It's like, I'm going to come up with a patch. He said, didn't I send my son down here? What the fuck? What happened to that? Well, you did what?
Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to sign up for free expert predictions and crypto news direct to your inbox.